Hello everybody, welcome back to BareRose Garage. What are we doing? Well, it's time to make a parts list and kind of just roll around in your noodle of all the things you're going to need to complete your build. And what are we building? Yep, that's right, the big block Ford with the big old tunnel ram on it. First things first is I got to get this off of here and clean it up. Why they painted this black, I don't know, but I despise that. So what I've done so far is, I don't know if you can see it too well here, but I've masked it all with duct tape. That's right, another one of the secret uses of duct tape. It makes great masking tape for sandblasting or bead blasting. I don't know what it is about duct tape, but the sand just kind of bounces right off of it and it doesn't hurt anything that's underneath it. So what I've done is I've gone through and I've masked off all of the machined surfaces on this tunnel ram, where the plenums come together, where it meets up on the heads, all of them surfaces I've masked off here with duct tape. Now I'll take this up to the main shop and I will bead blast it and get it back down to the raw aluminum and maybe polish it up a little bit if I have time. When you paint them black like that, yeah, you can see it right there. It looks plastic. And that's just to me is just a no-no on a classic car hot rod. You can't have anything plastic. That doesn't need to be plastic on there. For goodness sakes, you don't make it look like plastic. It needs to be raw, heavy metal looking, right? That's what's cool. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing right now is I'm going to take this up to the main shop now and get all that nasty black off that tunnel ram. Number two is I'm making a mental note of anything that I might need, and I got to keep my eyes open now for it, more so than I have in the past. Number one, these heads on here. This has got, if any of you are wondering, on a big block Ford 460, the 385 series, 429, 460, the secret is the casting numbers are right here, right above number 2 exhaust port. Real easy to find. They're on the driver's side too, but it's usually easier on the passenger side to just look up over the hood and you can spot them right away. You don't have to worry about the brake booster and all that stuff in the way on the driver's side. Anyway, these are D0VE heads. Yeah, not the best heads in the world to be using on a tunnel ram, that's for dang sure. The D3s, well, just to put it kind of blunt and throw it out there, they're not the worst, but they're by far not the best. They don't breathe too bad on the intake sides. I'm talking just total stock, but the exhaust sides on them are just absolutely horrible. And their biggest drawback is they're a big chamber. They're, I think, 97 cc chambers. They're huge. They're really big. So you get no compression. They're a low compression head. Couple that with the deep dish pistons that are in it. Yeah, this engine right here, yeah, she's running about 8.5 to 1 compression. Now that's a whole lot light for a tunnel ram. Now the secret to a tunnel ram is tunnel rams like compression. Tunnel rams love compression. To get the most you can out of these things, yeah, you jump your compression up. The more the better. But with today's fuel and everything, well, 91 octane is even getting hard to find. On the shy side, they will do okay at about 9.5, 10 to 1 compression. And it's pretty easy to get these things to run on premium unleaded fuel. That's about 90 to 94 octane. Before you got to start jumping up into racing gas, and I don't even want to fathom that stuff because it is ultra expensive. The more compression you have, the more octane you got to have. Otherwise you start, oh Lord, they call it ping, but they should just do away with that word and call it what it is. You get detonation, and detonation, ping, is a bad thing. That's explosions going on inside of your cylinders, and you don't want that. You want that fuel to burn, not explode, or as they say, ping. Yeah, ping my butt. It's detonation, and you don't want that. Anyway, so I need to get this thing up in compression, because 8.5 to 1, yeah, this tunnel ram ain't gonna like that. It's gonna be pretty hard to run on that. So 2 ways to fix that. First way is I gotta go and scour every junkyard I know of that's still got a few of these in it, and I gotta find the cream of the crop D0VE heads. Those are the best, or C8 VE heads. The C8s, well, they're small compressed chamber. They don't breathe quite as good as the D0VEs, but yeah, the D0VEs are the best. So I'm back on the search, or as I like to call it around here, I'm dove hunting again. And I'm under the gun, so I got to get it done quick. So that's where I'm at right now, is I'm looking for a set of D0VE heads. If I can't find them in time, because I got to have this car done before the No Name Nationals, if I can't get them done in time, a set of flat tops will get me up to 9 to 1 compression with this setup, with these heads and everything. 9 to 1 is, ooh, that's way on the low side for a tunnel ram, but I think I might be able to get that to work for this first run. Worst case scenario, and this is a question I get asked quite a bit about these. Why? Because when you walk into my dad's shop, he still has his tunnel ram, and it's been sitting there on it's just sitting on an old small block 350, and we stuck the tunnel ram down on there just to get it out of the way in a place where it wouldn't get bumped and knocked around. Well, everybody that comes in there and looks at that says, well, why don't you just put that on something? Well, this is where tunnel rams get a little sticky. You can put these on. You can just go out there and buy one and bolt it onto your engine and let her go. But chances are you're going to be taking horsepower away from what it was stock. That's right. You go backwards and you just blubber, and you turn them into a dog. Is what happens with the stock cam and everything. Yeah, I will tell you they will run, but they don't run very good. Well, they fire on all 8, but you actually get worse mileage, less horsepower. It's just the wrong way to do it. You mismatch stuff like that. If I was to put this, I'll tell you straight up, if worse comes to worse and I do have to run it this way with this stock cam, well, I'll do a video, this whole video series, showing you what happens when you put a tunnel ram on a stock engine. We'll just leave it at that. If I can't get the rest of the parts to actually make this perform the way it should be, well, you're going to see what happens if you don't do it right. It won't hurt it, but yeah, it's a little 302 Ford would probably walk right over this big block Ford if I put this on here in its stock form. And you'll probably see that. Like I said, if I can't get the parts in time, that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to run it just like it is, and I'll try to time it out of it, and I'll try to make it work, even though I know it won't work to its full potential. And in fact, it's going to take a lot of my horsepower and a lot of my torque and just throw it in the toilet. That's what it's going to do. And it's going to run rich. And it's just, yeah, it's not going to be right if I can't get all the parts for it. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try my hardest to get them parts and get it all together in time for the No Name Nationals that's coming up this end of September in 2023. It's 90 days or, yep, 90 or nothing. I'm in that boat with y'all, and I'm going to get her done. One way or another, right or wrong, I'm going to be there. And, well, it'll still have enough power to burn them tires off in the burnout contest, and that's what I'm pushing for this year, and I hope to see you all there at the No Name Nationals, and let's see what I can come up with. In the meantime, get out there and get the metal hot, even if it is stupid. Let's have some fun.